Koppányvölgy Nature Park, established in 2014, is situated in South Transdanubia in the northeastern part of Somogy County, about 30 kilometers far from Lake Balaton, along the Koppány Creek. The valley, which is lying in west-east direction, is cut across by smaller valleys with tiny villages and little brooks. The 16,500 hectare Nature Park comprises 10 settlements. All of these villages are lagging behind and have a few hundred inhabitants. The area is far from the larger cities and has no industry or entrepreneurs. Therefore, it has not been developed in the last decades. As one of the consequences of this underdevelopment, the local heritage of the Nature Park, especially the natural and constructed values, survived in a much better condition than in many other, more developed regions. Its forest coverage is also higher than the country average, and the Nature Park has 3 Natura 2000 nature conservation areas. Unfortunately, the central creek of Koppányvölgy had been regulated after the World War II. It had been straightened and its terraces were drained in order to gain more arable land. However, the rare plant and animal species characterizing the former local wetlands have managed to survive. The valley has been continuously inhabited since the Neolithic age. On the other hand, the names of local settlements and certain parts of the landscape reflect that the most important ages for this area were the periods just after the conquest and the one during the Turkish occupation. Apart from the local saga, only some archaeological findings and a little building remind us to the Turkish times, and the tribal area of Koppány is demonstrated by burial places along the valley. The ethnographical heritage of Koppányvölgy is much more spectacular. Remnants of its material culture are displayed in the local public collections. Some of the local folklore also survived, but some traditions were saved and revived in the last moments. The most spectacular values of the local folklore are the old houses with adobe walls and decorative plasterwork, as well as the vineyard press houses and cellars carved into the lush hillsides. However, the most valuable constructed heritage values are the churches, of which the Roman Catholic Church in Koppány is the oldest, with its apse built in the medieval times. The relief of the landscape is varied with hills and valleys, little brooks and lots of forests. Therefore, intensive agriculture couldn't destroy it completely. In many places, the diverse mosaic structure created by the traditional land use still remained in the landscape. The aging population of the valley is declining dramatically. Fewer and fewer young inhabitants decide to continue farming and cultivating with vineyards, orchards. This trend can only be changed by the new settlers. The number of those who come and choose to live here in this hilly landscape, which were also convincing Romans to settle here, is promisingly increasing. The Koppányvölgy Nature Park, managed by the local Box Valleys Development Association, is offering accommodation and other related services, as well as various exciting experiences to visitors. Guests can meet local heritage values and local products, as well as have interactive ways to experience local community initiatives to protect nature, to develop local food processing infrastructure, and to enhance sustainable landscape management. Of course, the Nature Park offers infrastructure for leisure activities like hiking, hunting, angling, and horse riding.